In a time where all had been discovered and everything the universe was willing to give us had been taken, a man floated in a spaceship through the nothingness of the universe and thought about killing himself. A long time ago, science had progressed so far that mankind abandoned faith in all their gods and carried on developing science farther and farther and farther. Eventually, they became their own gods. There, he said, looking into the vast emptiness stretching before him. A person living in the past would probably have called him a historian or an archaeologist, but humans were already so advanced that those terms probably wouldn't be accurate anymore. In the beginning, scientists, often called alchemists, usually knew a thing or two about most areas of science. As humans got smarter and smarter, though, individuals focused more and more on specific areas of science. Physics, chemistry, biology, and astronomy emerged. However, this process was soon reversed. When death came later and the great minds of our species noticed they could learn about everything, every part of science with this ability, a new age began. Humanity developed faster than ever. Despite the initial enthusiasm, progress slowed down. For the first time in history, we had to admit that there might be a limit to what we could achieve. From day one, the thing separating us from our species was our curiosity, our hunger for the new. Some smart people thought that at some point we might have nothing left to discover, and that at this point our hunger would consume us. No one openly believed them, but deep down we all knew they were right. A decade passed and the decades became centuries. Centuries became millennium, and at some point scientists discovered that last missing piece. Science was finished. Explaining was finished. We reached a goal we never wanted to reach. Suddenly, we were gods. We terraformed planets to what we wanted, expanded through our whole galaxy, found new life on microscopic scales, and even brought a few new stars into existence. All the dreams we ever had became real. Poverty became extinct. We were invincible, untouchable, all-powerful. For decades, we literally lived like gods. But over the time, doubts crept into our heads. Doubts about our meaning. When every discovery is made, every thought is thought, and every song is played, you start wondering what else there is to like. See how far we have come, I thought to myself. We should be happy that we aren't the human race. The human race always wanted more and more. We never thought about what would happen if we reached the limit. Evolution takes hundreds of thousands of years to make even the smallest changes. We changed everything in such a short time, going from apes wandering through the woods and eating plants and insects to a species capable of doing whatever they want. We left our home planet and traveled into the infinite depths of the universe to create a technology that no one would have ever thought of. We had new, unlimited resources. You would certainly expect us to be happy, wouldn't you? Or at least happier than before. But we aren't. Evolution created happiness as a tool to reward us for behaving results and surviving and reproducing. But we were never meant to get where we are now. Never were we meant to be emperors of the galaxy, rulers of physics, gods even amongst gods. We were never meant to reach our goals. Nobody ever thought of relieving us from a hunger for growth. We are cursed with the gift of consciousness in an unconscious universe, cursed with the gift of thinking irrationally in an irrational world. We lived with purpose where none could be found. We created gods to help us bear this burden. Then, as we got smarter, we killed those gods just to create new ones again. What else was there we could do to give our lives meaning? Suicide was not a choice, rather a consequence of having no choices left. In fact, I am not just a human going to commit suicide. I'm the last human going to commit suicide. I looked for decades for others, but there was no one. To be honest, I must admit that the universe is not exactly small. Actually, it's quite big. In the Great War a few hundred years ago, most of our species died. I don't know what we were fighting, a computer, robots, other species, ourselves, or maybe our nature, I don't know. Maybe it's that the few that survived either died of natural causes or killed themselves. According to my calculations, in a few thousand years, these species should appear on some distant planet. I don't know if they will suffer from the same horrors as we did, but I'm sure it won't be easy. For a few million years, they will evolve just as any other species on the planet. Soon after, a change will happen. They'll become aware of themselves. They'll become aware of the things around them, and they'll try to explain them. They'll create gods and declare them dead. They'll have wars and make peace. They'll love and they'll hate for a long time. They won't know what happened before them, but as they progress farther, they will begin to see. They'll see all the pain, the love, the wars, and gods in the time before them. They will understand. I can't let them know. They'll need to make all the proper discoveries themselves at the necessary time. Otherwise, they just wipe themselves out too soon. My time ends here. There is nothing left that life can give me anymore. I leave now. One day, when you read this, don't forget.